There comes a time when excuses won't cut it anymore. A time when waiting for a handout, a shortcut, or a lucky break just won't do. That time is now. It's time to get up and grind. You've been waiting for a sign, this is it. You've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. You've been waiting for someone to believe in you, listen to me, this is it. Destiny doesn't wait, it doesn't pause, it doesn't stand at the door knocking, hoping you'll answer. Destiny is moving, shifting, unfolding, whether you choose to step into it or not. Too many people sit back, waiting for the right time, waiting for a sign, waiting for things to be easy before they take the first step. But waiting doesn't change the fact that time is passing, opportunities are slipping, and life is not slowing down for anyone. If you don't get up and move, destiny will pass you by. You have to understand that greatness is not something handed out freely. It's not something that shows up because you wished for it or because you had a dream one night. Destiny belongs to the ones who are willing to pursue it with everything they have. It belongs to the ones who wake up every morning and decide that no matter what yesterday looked like, today is another chance to fight for the life they were meant to live. You can't afford to be passive about your purpose. You can't afford to sit on the sidelines while life happens around you. If you want something different, you have to move differently. If you want more, you have to do more. Some people are waiting for God to drop a miracle in their lap, but even miracles require movement. When the blind man wanted to see, he had to move toward Jesus. When the woman with the issue of blood wanted healing, she had to press through the crowd. When Peter wanted to walk on water, he had to step out of the boat. Destiny requires action. You have to participate in your own breakthrough. You have to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when the odds are against you, because the truth is, nothing is going to change until you change. You can't keep waiting for someone to validate you, to approve you, to open a door for you. Sometimes the door won't open until you kick it down. Sometimes the opportunity won't come until you create it yourself. Destiny is not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. You may not have the connections, you may not have the resources, you may not even have the experience, but if you have the will to fight for it, nothing can stop you. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop blaming the past. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming circumstances. You can't control what happened to you, but you can control how you respond. You can control how you rise up. You can control how you move forward. And if you get up and grind, if you push past fear, if you refuse to quit, destiny won't pass you by. It will meet you in the middle of your fight, in the middle of your hustle, in the middle of your relentless pursuit. Pain is part of the process. You don't get to success without struggle. You don't get to the next level without pressure. You don't get to greatness without resistance. Too many people give up the moment it gets hard, the moment they feel discomfort, the moment life pushes back against their dreams. But if you're going to get where you're supposed to be, you have to learn how to push through the pain. You have to decide that quitting is not an option, that backing down is not in your DNA, that whatever it takes, you are going to keep moving forward. Pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Pain stretches you, pain develops you, pain prepares you for what's coming. If you never had to fight through something, you wouldn't have the strength to carry what's waiting for you on the other side. The weight of responsibility, the weight of purpose, the weight of success. It's heavy. And if you can't handle the weight of the struggle, you won't be able to handle the weight of the blessing. That's why the process is necessary. That's why the struggle is part of the journey. Every setback, every rejection, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt is shaping you. It's building something in you that comfort never could. You can't pray away the process. You can't ask for growth, but reject the pain that comes with it. A diamond is only formed under pressure. Gold is only refined through fire. Muscles only grow through resistance. So why do you think your destiny will be any different? If it were easy, everybody would do it. If it didn't require pain, everybody would reach the potential. But it's the struggle that separates the weak from the strong. It's the ability to endure that determines who rises and who falls. The pain you're feeling is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're moving. It's a sign that you're stretching into the person you were meant to be. Too many people walk away right before the breakthrough, right before the blessing, right before the doors open. They let the pain convince them that it's not worth it, that they're not strong enough, that maybe they were never meant to succeed in the first place. But the ones who make it, the ones who push through, the ones who refuse to quit, those are the ones who step into the life that was waiting for them all along. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be comfortable. Growth hurts, change hurts. But you either endure the pain of discipline or you suffer the pain of regret. One pain is temporary, the other lasts a lifetime. So when it gets hard, when it feels like you can't take another step, when everything in you is telling you to give up, that's the moment you dig deeper. That's the moment you push harder. That's the moment you decide that no matter what, you're not turning back. Desire is powerful, but discipline is what makes desire work. Desire is the fire that burns within you, urging you to want more, to dream bigger, to chase your purpose. But without discipline, desire will remain nothing more than a wish. It's the difference between wanting something and actually achieving it. Many people are caught up in their desires, but few have the discipline to put in the work that turns dreams into reality. Desire alone doesn't get the job done. Desire will get you excited, it will get your heart racing, it will give you a vision of what could be. But when the excitement fades, when the obstacles come, when things get tough, that's when discipline kicks in. Discipline is what carries you through the days when you don't feel like it, when your motivation is low, when you'd rather stay in bed or take the easy route. It's the daily commitment to show up, to do the hard work, and to keep going even when the spark of desire has dimmed. When you rely solely on desire, you will always find yourself on a roller coaster. Some days your desires will fuel you to push through, but other days that fire will flicker and fade. Motivation is fickle. It's like a wave that rises and falls, but discipline is the anchor that keeps you grounded. It's the steady force that keeps you on course even when the seas are rough. Discipline doesn't need to feel good to work. It just needs to be done. Whether you feel like it or not, discipline says, I am going to do what needs to be done because the outcome is worth the effort. Desire without discipline leads to frustration. You see where you want to go, but you're not willing to put in the effort to get there. You're trying to get to the top without climbing the mountain. You want the reward, but you're unwilling to go through the struggle. Discipline teaches you to show up every single day and do the work, no matter how small the step may seem. It's not about instant gratification. It's about long-term growth and consistent progress. It's about building something that will last, something that will stand the test of time. Discipline is the difference between dreaming and doing. You may desire success, you may desire wealth, you may desire peace or fulfillment, but without discipline, those desires will remain just that, desires. Desire might get you started, but discipline will keep you going when the journey gets hard. It's the daily choice to prioritize the work over the temporary comforts, the instant rewards and the easy way out. If you want to achieve something significant, something that will change your life and leave a legacy, you must be willing to sacrifice in the present for a greater future. Desire might pull you toward your goals, but it's discipline that will ensure you reach them. When you choose discipline over desire, you choose growth. you choose strength, and you choose the power to transform your dreams into reality. Your mind is the most important battlefield you will ever face. It's the place where your greatest battles are fought long before you ever step out into the world. The success, the joy, the peace you are striving for begins in your mind. It's in your thoughts where victory or defeat is determined. Every day your mind is bombarded with noise, with distractions, with doubts, and with fear. But the question is, what will you choose to focus on? Will you let negativity rule? Or will you take control of your thoughts and create the life you were meant to live? Too many people are waiting for external circumstances to change, for things outside of themselves to line up perfectly before they feel they can move forward. But what they fail to realize is that the most powerful force for change starts with the way they think. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. If you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. You have to take authority over the thoughts that try to hold you back and replace them with thoughts that will propel you forward. The mind is not a passive receiver. It is an active creator. What you allow to occupy your mind today will determine the direction of your life tomorrow. If you fill your mind with negativity, self-doubt, fear, and worry, that's what your life will reflect. But if you fill your mind with faith, with possibilities, with positive thoughts and powerful affirmations, you will begin to see your world shift in ways you never thought possible. Your thoughts have power. They can either build you up or tear you down, and it's up to you to guard them. But the enemy of your soul is smart. It knows that if it can control your mind, it can control your life. It will try to convince you that you are not enough, that you don't have what it takes, that your dreams are too big and your failures are too great. It will feed you lies to keep you stuck in a cycle of fear and doubt. But when you recognize the battle in your mind, you can take authority over those thoughts and declare that they will not define you. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the voice of criticism in your head. You are not the negative patterns that have held you back for years. You are a child of God, filled with purpose and potential. And when you take control of your mind, you take control of your destiny. The key to overcoming the battle in your mind is self-awareness. You have to learn to recognize the lies, the doubts, and the negative thinking patterns that try to creep in. And when you recognize them, you can replace them with the truth. You can replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am more than capable." You can replace "this is too hard" with "I can do all things through strength." You have the power to take every thought captive and make it obedient to the truth. Your mind is the gateway to your future. You cannot afford to let it go unchecked. You cannot afford to let the enemy fill it with lies. Take control of your thoughts and you take control of your life. Make your mind the place where victory is declared every day. While others are sleeping, you should be grinding. The world doesn't stop for anyone, and neither should you. Success is earned in the quiet hours when the world is resting and the distractions have faded. While people are comfortable in their beds, the true contenders are out there making moves. They are pushing themselves further, learning more, sharpening their skills, and laying the foundation for the future. It's in these quiet moments that the greatest progress is made. The moments when others are asleep and you are awake, working toward your dreams. The world loves to sleep on success, but the truth is, success doesn't sleep. You have to get up when no one else is awake. You have to sacrifice the comfort of rest to build the life you want. It's easy to take breaks, to put things off, to give in to temptation and let your plans slip for another day. But let me tell you, Every time you hit the snooze button on your dreams, someone else is stepping up, taking the head while you're resting. If you want to win, you have to outwork everyone else. It's not enough to simply have big dreams. You have to work for them. It's not enough to want success. You have to earn it through consistent, relentless effort. The grind doesn't come with an off switch. When others are giving up, you should be pushing harder. When they're clocking out, you should be just getting started. Your future is shaped by what you do when no one is watching, when no one is cheering you on, when no one is telling you it's time to rise. It's about the commitment you make to your vision. No matter how late, how tired, how difficult it may seem. The difference between success and failure isn't talent, it's discipline. It's the choice to keep going when the road is long, when the hours are tough, when the odds are stacked against you. It's about putting in the work that others are unwilling to do, making sacrifices when others are indulging, and staying focused on the goal while others are distracted by comfort. You have to be willing to push past exhaustion, to work through the doubts, to keep grinding when no one else believes in the dream. What's your vision worth to you? Is it worth waking up earlier than everyone else? Is it worth staying up later? Is it worth those moments when you feel like you can't take another step, yet you push through anyway? Success requires everything you've got. And it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about investing your time and energy into things that will move you closer to where you want to be, while others waste theirs on things that won't get them anywhere. When everyone else is resting, that's your moment. That's the time when you have the opportunity to make strides, to put in the effort that others are avoiding. When they wake up, you'll be closer to your goals than they are, because you chose to work while they slept. You chose to take action when it wasn't convenient, to grind when it wasn't glamorous. That's the price of success, the willingness to sacrifice the present for the future you envision. And while others are sleeping, you are waking up to a destiny that only you can create. The reward is worth it, but it comes with a price. The path to success, fulfillment, and purpose is not a walk in the park. It is a journey paved with sacrifice, effort, discipline, and sometimes even pain. But make no mistake, the reward at the end of that road is far greater than the struggles you face along the way. You may not see it in the moment. You may question whether it's worth the fight, whether all the sleepless nights, the heartache, and the disappointment will amount to something real. But trust me, the reward is worth it, and it will be worth every ounce of energy you poured into the process. The greatest rewards are never given freely, they are earned. Whether you are pursuing your dreams, building a business, growing in your faith, or trying to be a better version of yourself, the effort you put in will determine the outcome. The hours you spend honing your craft, the sacrifices you make to invest in your growth, and the commitment you make to stick with it through the tough times. All of this is laying the groundwork for the success that's coming. But don't fool yourself into thinking it will be easy. The road will be hard, and there will be times when you want to quit, when you'll question whether it's all worth it. But that's when you must remind yourself that the reward is in the journey. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome is preparing you for the reward that awaits. The more you push yourself, the more you grow. The more you sacrifice, the greater your capacity to handle what's ahead. The price of success is steep, but when you reach the top, when you stand in the fullness of what you've worked for, you will realize that the effort was never in vain. The reward is not just the destination, it's who you become along the way. There are no shortcuts. There are no easy wins. Everyone wants the reward, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. But those who are willing to put in the work will find that the reward is more than just the tangible results. It's the pride, the peace, and the fulfillment that come with knowing you earned it. When you reach the mountaintop, you'll know that the struggle wasn't just for something you could see, but for something that was built inside of you. So when you feel like giving up, when the journey feels too long, when the weight feels too heavy, remind yourself the reward is worth it. Every drop of sweat, every tear shed, every moment you've persevered, those are the moments that are shaping the future. And when you look back, you'll realize that the struggle was not in vain, that the reward you've earned is far greater than you could have imagined. It's worth every sacrifice, every early morning, every late night. It's worth every step you took when no one was watching. Every time you chose discipline over comfort. Every time you said no to something temporary to gain something lasting. Because at the end of it all, the reward will be more than just what you get. It will be who you've become. And that is worth everything.